Okay, so the person that's ruining the economy and the world and everyone's mindset had to come from a rich person that told a poor person, very needy, I guess, very poor, poor as in poor-minded, poor, like doesn't want to work hard, doesn't want to, work for money. They think that those poor people, those rich people that gave this Jonathan, okay, the one that's bothering me, bitch, because when I was working at Enterprise, this CEO, whatever, not even CEO, he was like up there in the freaking, like, you were still working for a business, let me tell you that, okay? He told him, he was like the main person that was like, how do you call it, his little teacher, I guess, and told this poor and needy person, very poor, okay, he lives in a freaking trailer, or lives, okay, in a fucking RV little trailer in the freaking streets of LA. This poor and needy person is ruining the world. They want everything for free. For free. They don't want to work. They don't want to have... They just want to just live a life. Be blessed with magic. He wants me to... He basically wants to take my inheritance. I'm sorry if your bloodline did not prepare themselves, because probably looking at how you came out, you and your entire fucking bloodline, your family, cursed your own abilities to be blessed by God. And he's ruining the world. He is. He doesn't want people to work. He doesn't want people to have money. Certain people are just spending money, creating debt, and then they don't want to pay for it back because they want to live a life that they can't afford, and they don't want to ever work hard for it, because this is why the economy is like this. They want free things, everything free. They want free rent, they want a free house, they want a free car, free health care. They want everything for free. The government or the whole state can't afford to sustain your living. Like, they can't be afford. Like, this is why don't even pay for nobody's rent. Don't pay for those Section 8 people. Frauds. You know why? Because I've seen them. They live there for decades and decades and years, and they don't get out of it because they don't want to work hard. They don't want to work as a normal person that wants to work and have money. And when you have money, you go and spend it, because that's the way if you want to be homeless, then you'll be homeless. But if you don't want to be homeless, then you have to go and find a job. Okay? And even though, like, the government and no one owes you nothing, okay? Because you had the choice to go to school. You had the choice to do a career, and you had the choice to take the time in order for you to make a living out of your own life. You had the choice. Okay? And these poor-minded people are ruining everything. A poor and needy person that doesn't want to work hard, doesn't want to have a job, just wants to, they keep stealing money, they keep stealing other people's blessings, they keep stealing people's energies, they keep cursing themselves, they keep hurting people, they keep killing people. They are evil. You know what I saw? Okay, because I'm a psychic. I saw him dying, dead. When he dies, because he's laughing at counting money in front of my face, basically, because he thought that he stole my money, right? And for these poor-minded people and these poor people, because they didn't have any generational wealth, and that's not my problem. And that's nobody else's problem because God created every single person how he wanted to, okay? And it all depended on if he wanted you to be rich or blessed or not. And if it all depended on your ancestors and your background. I don't know. I really don't know how he created all of us, but we all have a story and we all have a path. And that's nobody else's business. If you are poor, then you have to deal with it. You have to be grateful. It's in the Bible. You have to be grateful for what he has given you. Okay? Because that's what he gave you. And nobody else should be suffering because you are taking it away from them. That's not yours. And that will never be yours. Because that name is not yours. You cannot erase somebody else's blessings and then try to put your name on it. You cannot claim anything in this world. If it's not yours with your name on it, then it's not yours. You cannot be thinking, this world is mine and all the money is mine. No, it isn't yours. I'm sorry to tell you, but it's not yours. You need to go get your head fixed and you need to literally think before you do anything. In this world, you have to work hard and you have to put a good name on. Create your own life. Create the life that you want to live is what you should have done. You should have worked hard, went to school, studied, done a career, and moved it along. But no, here you are. Because you're poor and you wanted to be poor. Because you were grown already, okay? Because once you are 18, you are grown. So then you decide how you want to take your life. So what I'm saying is these little secrets of these rituals was exposed to this poor person, and this poor person has all of these people thinking that I'm their bank account. Thinking that they can live off of me. And they are mad because they're not getting money. I'm sorry, how long do you think that God's gonna think that you can just be blessed with my blessings? How much time do you think that you have for you to be running around thinking that you can do whatever you want in this world? Okay, so what I was saying is that I saw him laughing in my face, counting my money, which wasn't a lot. He was just counting them like this. He falls in the dark pit of his, it was like he fell into his own grave, his little hole that he was digging for me. He died in there. Then I see him fall in there dead in the pit dark. Then he's in hell, burning in the pit of fire. I see him and I'm like, oh, I'm not touching it. I'm just like watching this above him being burnt, crying, screaming for help from me. And I'm just looking at him like, are you serious? Like, why are you calling me? You wanted to take what is not yours, and then you thought that you were gonna be able to live. God has been disappointed. So disappointed that you guys are even causing problems with ancestors. My ancestors are not yours. We don't owe you nothing, okay? So do not start freaking fighting with the dead. You're fighting with the dead. I was driving back home. Okay? I was driving back home because I went to go get something from Target. So then I was driving back home. And then when I was driving back home, a freaking car passes by and says something, right? And then in my head, they're like, what did he just say? I didn't understand what he said. But something about I was a pestilence, like apestas, like kind of like saying you smell. And I was like, I'm in my fucking car, what the hell's going, like, see, like, I'm doing nothing to you and you're fucking passing by to tell me shit. So then guess what happened? God told me to tell their ancestors to calm them down. I'm being told to tell your ancestors to calm your stupid asses down. El que busca encuentra, that's the saying. The one that is looking for will find it, right? You don't belong here. I did nothing to you. It's called justice. It's called revenge. It's called vengeance with God and Jesus. I'm doing nothing to you, and here you are looking for trouble. So if you want to get in trouble with your ancestors, then go ahead. Because I'm being told, I'm being authorized by God. Jesus Christ is telling me, go and tell them to control them and to calm down. You guys are men, grown women. Act accordingly. Behave, control your little demons, whatever it is. Because I'm not responsible for you, and you shouldn't be thinking that you can pick a fight with me left and right every single day to prove who wrong. You're proving everyone wrong. You're embarrassing yourselves. I'm doing nothing. I'm trying to make sure that this world doesn't collapse on you, even though I know I'm gonna be dead. I've been feeling someone following me around with a gun. The moment that I felt this, I know that 2 people got shot. Influencers, an influencer, a singer, and obviously because they think that I'm so popular, I'm so rich, apparently because I'm getting attention left and right, I can't hide from this. I didn't make myself famous. I didn't expose myself. This is what I'm trying to say. I didn't expose myself. I didn't say nothing. And these people are fighting over food, water, another thing. They don't want to work. You know that I was told by my family, like my mom and my dad. They said that when I was born, everything was cheaper. Why? Because of the living wage. It's called living wage. It's called the hourly was $3 or $4 back then, minimum wage. And yes, the groceries were cheaper. You cannot expect for the economy to just be like, okay, we're gonna change the prices to cheap 25 cents, $1, whatever. No. Whatever you think shouldn't happen because it makes no sense. You guys don't think about it. It's called business. Todo cuesta más. Everything costs more, okay? To maintain a place, to keep the company running. To be honest, I feel like they're even losing money and they're still not overcharging us. The hourly wage now, minimum for a restaurant is $20. $20. Okay, como que they're gonna be giving you a cheap price basically for free when it doesn't make any sense. You guys are dumb. They want everything for free. Free food, free gasoline. No. Así no es la vida. If you want to live, then change the hourly to nothing. And then we will see who's gonna be crying about, oh no, right? You guys don't want to fucking have a minimum ass wage of... It's already high. The things are gonna be higher. You're not gonna get what you want because you say so. Okay, it makes no sense. So yeah, these poor people and these poor-minded people also want to act like, because these gang stalkers that are attacking people are being lazy bums, and they are obviously I'm like, how are they paying their bills? Like, do you have a house? Do you have an apartment? How are you paying your bills? I've seen them grown with their kids, no kids, like every age. And I'm just like, so who's maintaining you people? Who's paying your bills? So you taking my pictures cost how much? You following me cost how much? And what I was going to go with that was that obviously these poor-minded people have debt. Obviously they have debt. And they keep creating more debt. And then they think that their credit should just be forgiven because they listen to these crazy people. And they want to just be free of debt. So like these people got brand new cars and they don't want to pay for them. These people bought a whole bunch of crap, got into credit card debt. They don't want to pay for them. Oh, and their excuse is like, oh, I can't work. What's wrong with you? Because you're crazy? You don't want to work because you're mental, and you don't want to work because they told you not to work? So the banks cannot afford for you to just be like, well, I'm gonna go through bankruptcy and you guys better just erase my credit. No, that's not how it works. This is why the whole economy is not okay. The banks are gonna collapse if you guys don't fucking control these poor people, these poor-minded people that don't want to work. They want to live and act like they're rich when they're not. They're not. And they're mad at people that are rich. They're mad at people that are rich. And I'm not sorry, dude. Like, I'm not sorry if you did not come from money. I'm sorry, but like, life is hard. I went to the bank today too, and they were like, oh, she doesn't need to work another day in her life. Do you understand I want to work? Do you understand I want to work? I hate doing nothing. I hate being here. I hate just wasting my time. I want to do something. I like to work. I like to provide. I like to do something for my own country. I am providing. Everyone that's working is providing. But those people that are just living off the government need to fucking stop. They need to take their asses to work. Imagine how much more work there would have been if you didn't create that type of... I know that like times are rough, but like there's people that have lived off of it too long. And those are the ones ruining the whole thing. So then I'm just like, do you understand you're working at a bank and you're over here speaking about that I'm too rich and that I don't need to work another day in my life? Speaking and manifesting in your own job in the bank. Like, I haven't even lived my rich life, but if I would have, you guys would have probably I would have already not have been here. And it bothers you, but it's not my problem because I didn't steal. God is real. Okay? God is real. Those rich people also, like, if you found out that some rich people are the ones that cheated their way, then that's not me. That's not my problem. I said I am rich because I got it from my bloodline. I got it from my inheritance. I got it from my ancestors. God said so, okay? It was my turn to be rich. And I'm not cursing my own generation. I'm not cursing my bloodline. You guys keep trying left and right because your problems, you and your life that didn't get an inheritance or didn't get rich doesn't mean that other rich people had to suffer. That's not our problem. God's saying that's not his problem either, because you guys have your own life. And not everyone was supposed to live rich. Not everyone is supposed to be poor either. That's not how life is. Okay? Do you think that God or Jesus Christ got to live in a house like this in this time? He didn't even get to see the freaking pavement. Streets, didn't see a light bulb, didn't see nothing. So then why are you guys complaining? You guys have gotten more than he or any of those ancestors have received, and you guys are complaining? This is why you guys will never get what you want, because you guys are complaining. You guys should be grateful to be alive, to have the stove, to have a sink, to have a bathroom. Do you understand how maybe they would go to the restroom before? Do you understand that there was no clean running water? And even though there's pipes and waters and all of that now, like, that doesn't mean that it was cleaner back then. The food that we have probably didn't exist back then. So then you guys sit here and complain, but complain. Like, I'm not complaining for you, and I will never complain for you, but that's not my problem, and that's nobody else's problem. It's called, that's what God chose for you, and si te tocó ser rica, pues good. Si te tocó ser pobre, pues good. You know, you have to live in the life that God gave you. It's in the Bible. You have to be grateful. You have to be thankful. And like I said, these poor people are ruining the world. They are, because todos quieren ser ricos. Todos quieren, ¿para qué? If you are complaining that people basically just go to work and spend the money back, so will you. So will you. And you know what? In worse things, just getting fatter. Just eating and chomping your freaking teeth. Like, what? Nothing that you have now alive will you take anyways. So I don't understand why you guys think that. Like, I saw him just burn in hell. Did he take anything? No. Before he died, he was counting the money in front of my face laughing. And I was like, okay, that money isn't going to save you from death. That money isn't going to save you from hell. You can't pay for your sins to be removed. You can't pay for the curses that you have created in your own bloodline to be removed, because it's up to God. God is the only one that can remove that. God is the only one that decides whether he can give it to you or he can take it off of you. It all depends. And no one else in this world should be suffering because you have problems with your own life. That's not our destiny. That was yours. And every single person has their own destiny and their own life path.